I have a question. How much credit card debt are you in? Because for context, I'm 26. I've been working since 17, paying for my moved out at 18, have been independent ever since. And I have $10,000 worth of credit card debt.
Hey guys, welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Lumi, and today we're going to be looking at Gen Z's credit card debt crisis. Now, before I started researching this topic, I didn't even know how bad it really is, but it's getting so bad that I think people are trying to keep up with, what they see on social media, how others are living their best lives, and it's really sad to see how so many young people today think they need to, kind of keep up with the Kardashians, or so to speak. They don't even think twice about what they're getting into. They basically sign away. It's basically like signing away a piece of your life that you're never going to get back, right? Because, I mean, time is money. And when you rack up thousands of dollars in credit card debt, that's many, many hours of time working that you have to pay back. But anyway, before we get started, if you find yourself returning to my videos or you just enjoy my content, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It would really mean a lot to me.
And I will be the first to admit that I'm not perfect. I've definitely paid off medical bills and emergency vet visits and things on my credit card, but I've also bought a lot of dumb shit. But it's like people my age have $55,000 worth of credit card debt. Do you see how my eye's twitching? That stresses me out.
Does your spouse know how high your credit card balances are? Before this debt pay down journey, my husband didn't fully know how high the balances were on my credit cards. He had his credit cards and we would pay those off completely, every single month. But then I always felt like I just didn't have enough money left over to pay off my balances, so we wouldn't. It would just be minimum payments that I would make. And then by only making the minimum payments and still using the cards and plus the interest, it got to the point to where the balances on them were just ridiculous. And he honestly kind of had no idea. And it wasn't that I was going out and buying myself stupid stuff. It was stuff I was using it for family things, groceries and so on and so forth. But he just didn't know because I don't know. I was just nervous to tell him. And I just want to know if other people were kind of in the same situation. You had debt that your spouse wasn't full, maybe they were aware a little bit. They just weren't fully aware of big picture how much.
I feel like this is how a lot of people get into trouble, and this is kind of what the credit card companies are banking off of. They kind of hope that you're just going to use their card willy-nilly, not really thinking about it, just swiping it everywhere you go, and then kind of just forgetting about it, and that's another thing. If you've noticed on, e-commerce websites, they make it a priority to make it as easy and as fast as possible to get you from picking the item you want, putting it in your cart, and then checking out to make sure the transaction is complete. They try to accomplish those steps in as little steps as possible, because oftentimes when you put a lot of friction between a consumer and their product, many times they'll walk away and they'll find either another product, or they find that it's too difficult to purchase this and they just give up out of frustration. But here, I think in this woman's case, in the previous video, it sounds like she is a mother, or, she's providing for her kids along with the husband, right? They have two cards. And what was weird to me is it sounded like they prioritized the husband's cards for some reason, which is a little fishy in my opinion. It's if you're in a committed relationship, a marriage, right? You both should be looking out for each other. One shouldn't get favor over the other. I don't really believe in that. Yeah, it's sad to see that her credit card debt just kind of was forgotten about, or they only paid the minimum, and that's the easiest way to get a ridiculous amount in debt. It's you just kind of forget and you just keep using it and using it. Here's another thing. Yes, groceries add up, but it's the little things, getting coffee, going to Target, getting your Starbucks, these little purchases. They don't seem like a lot, but they add up very, very quickly over time. If you get Starbucks every day for a month, I think the average Starbucks order is $10. It'll add up, it's what, $310 every month on average. That's a lot of money. And then you got to account the interest that you're racking up too. Another thing that keeps you in debt is the credit card interest. I mean, they're so high today. I think I saw one video that I think I'll show you guys in a little bit. Her interest rate on her credit card was 30%. That is way too high, guys.
Let me de-influence you really quick because, like everybody else, my entire social media feed was covered with influencers, celebs, and even personal friends at Coachella this weekend, and everybody looked like they were having the best time ever. But I cannot stress this enough, social media is a highlight reel. Switching to voiceover because I can't multitask, don't get me wrong, Coachella is called the Influencer Olympics for a reason, and those people did have an amazing time. As an influencer myself, let me explain how this works. They got comped VIP passes, pulled cute clothes from a showroom for free, likely stayed at a house on a brand's dime, and had all of their transportation, food, and drinks covered. The only thing that they likely shelled out for was some super cute merch. But the dirty little secret for everyone else is that over 60% of regular general admission ticket holders, the people who actually go to enjoy the festival, they had to use a payment plan to afford tickets this year. A general admission ticket for a Coachella weekend 3 days is around $700, and once you factor in travel, housing, food, drinks, clothes, and merch, you're looking at a couple $1,000s in spending easy. And it's certainly not the ritzy experience you're seeing from the rich and famous. Regular people very literally cannot compete, not just with the influencers, but they don't have the budgets these brands have to shell out on making these experiences post-worthy, which is the whole point. These brands pay for influencers to go to these fun events knowing that they're going to get a bunch of free content out of it. That's why it's worth the investment to them. This is all to say, while it's really easy to get caught up in keeping up with the Joneses, especially now that the Joneses are the Kardashians, financial hardship is not worth that IG pic, I promise you. Coachella lasts a weekend, but credit card debt could last years.
Yeah, this is one of the most messed up things about social media is that like you have these influencers, they're pushing this like lavish lifestyle when they themselves don't even pay for it. Like most of the time they're being paid to do these things, right? Like they're not spending a dime except for maybe like personal things like merch. So yeah, it's sad to see how people get wrapped up in this stuff. This like, oh, I need to be like this. I need to have like this lifestyle, you know, I need to look good for my friends. And I found it funny that there were some people in the comments in TikTok saying that like, oh well, I do this for me. I only post online for me. It's like, dude, you're playing yourself. Like, don't, you're projecting. Like, don't kid yourself. Like, we all know why social media exists. It's like, it's to look good. It's to look better. It's to like, honestly, I think it's mainly for reproductive purposes because, I mean, I kind of consider social media like, you know, like in the wild, how you see birds just like squawking into the sky, you know, they're saying like, look at me, I'm here. Or like a peacock, you know, with its feathers doing its thing. Like that's what social media is basically for humans, right? It's like, look at me, look at the lifestyle I have and, you know, come pick me. That's basically what it is. And people fall into this trap where they're like, oh, I gotta look really good for, you know, for all my friends and all these people. Like, look how viable I am, right? And then they fall for the trap, and then oftentimes they can't keep up, and they live way above their means, and they fall into this credit card debt holes where they're 10, 20, $30,000 in credit card debt with interest as high as like 20, 25, 30%. Like that's another thing that people forget. It's like they only pay the minimums, but that's not enough. The minimums only just keep you, I think when you pay off the minimums, you're just paying off the interest. But if you miss a payment, they're going to send like the collection agencies after you. It's really not pretty. But yeah, anyway, if there's anything you can take away from this video, it's to not fall for this trap, not fall for like the social pressures. Like this stuff is so shallow and it's so just like, you know, you're better than this, right? Like don't let it get to you. Like if you're not out there looking like, you know, $1 million, just know that that's fine. You're enough. Don't fall for this garbage. It's really toxic. And I really hate to see how as a society we've really gone deep down this dark path. And I don't know, I think it needs to change. But anyway, I think I'm going to wrap this one up here, guys. If you enjoyed this video or if you got something out of it, please give me a like down below. Dislike it if you dislike it. Let me know in the comments what you think. Are you currently trying to pay off debt? The only debt I'm really paying off right now is student loans, and that's pretty much it. Make sure you keep on top of that. And as always, if you enjoy this sort of content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It would help me and the channel go a long way. But anyway, guys, I will catch you in the next one. Later.